Hi, my name is Sophia Tan. I'm the president of the Monash Engineering Student Society, and today we're very excited to have Professor Elizabeth Croft here. She's the Dean of Engineering, and she's going to be talking to us about the future that she sees for us, not just at Monash, but also in engineering workplaces more broadly into the future. Well, welcome to our chat with the Dean. This is very exciting to have you here, so we really appreciate you taking the time. Let's jump in quickly because this is a quick fire question round. So our first question, and the question that's going to be on all the students' lips, is what's happening in semester 2? What's the go? What can we expect?
Okay, well, first of all, thanks for the welcome. I'm delighted to be able to chat with you. So semester 2, what can we expect? Most lectures are going to be unscheduled online as they have been in this semester. Scheduled time instead is going to be used for consultation, discussion, and workshops. In terms of practicals and labs, due to government regulations right now on social distancing, we have to half the number of students that are allowed in the spaces at any time to keep us all safe. And unfortunately, we don't have double the space, but we are going to work to have a schedule where we can roster students in, especially for engineers. So important that we do have that opportunity to be in the lab on time, at times. So what we're going to do is have students and teams come in, and they'll partner so that the weeks that you're not in, you'll be able to connect with somebody who is in the lab and still have that experience. And for students who are not able to come to campus at all, they'll also be able to connect in through those groups. Most of the very large first-year engineering units, we're still going to have to run some kind of online practical piece just because of spacing, and of course our demonstrators will be there facilitating the Zoom sessions, and so that's pretty much how that's going to work. We have a limitation really of up to a maximum of 100 students in a room at any week, so we're going based on the current regulations, so that might change. If you're in Melbourne, you'll be able to go to workshops probably every 2 weeks, and on your off weeks you'll be zooming in for those. And that way we'll be able to, over a fortnight, be able to accommodate 400 students in a group. So really it's us just trying to do the logistics as we do as engineers to make it make sense. We're also trying to coordinate our timetables so that the first year units have workshops and common free time allocated in the same day, so you can get to a help desk, talk to somebody, get some assistance that way.
Sounds like a real hybrid model compared to what we've experienced this semester and what we've experienced in the past.
Yeah, what we're trying to do is actually make it more viable for students to be on campus. It's critical that students have that ability to come in and use the kit. So we're trying to make it as much option for people to come in as is safe and meets the Victorian rules that are in place right now to keep us safe from COVID-19.
So our second question is, how do you see the future of engineering workplaces and industries looking as we move out of the pandemic and then also into the future? What do you think will stay, and what COVID solutions do you think will go?
Okay, well, what I do know is that no matter what happens, the world will need more engineers. Engineering qualification is one of the most reliable paths to high-paid employment, and if that's what you want, I can guarantee you that demand for engineers will continue to grow. As we come out of COVID, we need engineers to solve the immediate problem of producing billions of doses of vaccine, and that's a real engineering manufacturing problem. We also see that we're going to have to address our climate change issues, our energy issues, as we invest in infrastructure to restart our economy. So industry is going to need more engineers because they do drive our recovery. Students may also be going more into research to think things that they haven't thought before and to contribute to the R&D that drives the future of the planet, those solutions that are going to make a difference. And then we're going to see engineers also be involved in giving back to our communities through volunteerism and through activism. So students will be able to choose a number of things because engineering is so versatile, and in a changing world, that versatility will make a huge difference. I regularly have employers contacting me to demand that I educate more engineers. The demand for engineering graduates is just that high. And COVID-19 has changed our world. It's very unlikely that what we consider now normal is going to return. And we're going to have a difference where we're going to have to analyze more data. We're going to have to make more public spaces safe in a new COVID environment. And we're going to see that difference. We're also going to see the work itself change. We're going to see more people working from home, working in global teams. We're going to see people having to deal more, as the students in our classes have, dealing with time zones and not being able to be present on the site. So our students are learning right now how to operate as engineers in the future, when we will be more and more working in global teams to solve complex problems.
Absolutely, and I think even in what I've seen, I think gone are the days where we'll be flying interstate for, you know, 1 3-hour site inspection. I think that's companies will see that there's other ways of doing that, and I think there's a lot of innovation to happen around that.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And our final question is, I think students are really interested to know who you are and, you know, what your research interests are, and how you function as the Dean of Engineering.
All right. Well, I mean, it's fantastic being the Dean of Engineering. It's a big school. We have about 600 staff and about 8,000 students. So that's a great challenge in itself. But the thing that I do in terms of my research is I work in human-robot interaction. So I am interested in the technology of the future, where we will use robots to assist us in getting better outcomes, whether that's in manufacturing, in home. How do people and robots work effectively together? So really the work that I'm doing is back in the 80s, we discovered human-computer interaction. We invented the mouse, and we invented ways of interacting with computers that make us very efficient and effective in the work that we do today. The work that I'm doing now is that same work, but now with robotics. How can we program and use and make effective the automation that we see, so that is democratized, so that every person has the opportunity to safely and effectively use the technology that we are creating to make their work better, more efficient, and more effective, and hopefully a little fun and friendly too. So that's what I work on.
Amazing. Well, thank you for sharing with us, and thank you for taking the time out. I'm sure a lot of students will definitely appreciate some answers around what's happening next semester, and it's nice to know you a little bit better as well. So thank you very much for taking the time.
Great, thanks, Sophia. I'm wishing every student good luck on their exams right now. I'm looking forward to actually seeing you in person at times next campus. Do please say hi when you see me. I'm delighted to hear what's going on in your studies and in your plans. And yeah, look forward to seeing you guys.